Unfortunately, we're coming talking about an L. The Bulls just could not overcome the double team, the defensive scheme, and the size of the Toronto Raptors. They end up dropping this game by 9 points. We're going to break it all down right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
There's so much in this game that we can point to being wrong, but the biggest thing is going to be the second chance points. The Bulls just getting outworked. There's just sometimes where you can't overcome the size, and that's what happened in this game. When you really look at it, the size and the length of the Toronto Raptors is really what caused the Bulls to lose this game. When you look at the rebounds, losing the rebounding battle by 6. When you look at points in the paint, the Toronto Raptors, 62 points in the paint to the Chicago Bulls, 38. Things like that are just going to make it so difficult for the Bulls to be able to win games. And second chance points, I think there are over 50 second chance points or something like that. This was just a tough game for the Chicago Bulls down the stretch. On top of that, the mistakes made down the stretch by certain Bulls players, not shooting the ball well at all, 45% from the field, 36% from three-point range. Overall in this game, when we look at the determining factor, it's really just the size of the Toronto Raptors and the Bulls not knowing how to attack when double teamed, DeMar not passing out of a double team correctly in some instances. Those are the things that really hurt this team, and just being unable to contain Fred VanVleet, who has a 30-point game in this game, and the Bulls just did not have enough. They did not execute well enough to win this game. This was not a game in which I'm not even going to say a bunch of positive from this game. Just at the end of the day, what happened with this is that the Bulls players just did not perform. They didn't perform. Now, DeMar DeRozan only taking 9 shots but getting 20 points. Vooch chipping in 18 points on 13 shots, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block from him. Ayo Dosunmu, who came on during a stretch to start scoring, ends up with 15 points. There are certain times where Ayo just was not hitting open shots either. And then Javonte Green, Dragic both getting double digits off the bench. Derrick Jones Jr. coming in, trying to do the energy things he usually does. And Dalen Terry in his time, 10 minutes in this game, 2 for 2 from the field, also having a rebound and assist, a steal, and a block in that time, getting active. Hopefully this is a building block game for Dalen Terry as well. But at the end of the day, the Bulls did not shoot the ball well enough. That's everybody, Patrick Williams included, even though he took 16 shots in this game, got 13 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. He was playing with foul trouble since I think late in the second, early in the third, something like that. Didn't foul out in this game, but listen, the things that hurt this team a lot in this one, Alex Caruso's poor shooting, 1 for 11, 0 for 6 from three-point range. About 4 of those three-pointers were open at that. This is definitely a game that would look different with Zach LaVine or even Kobe White, I think, out there as well, just another surefire shooter. But the Bulls just didn't play well enough. They didn't execute well enough in any facet of the game. I think in this one, we can point to certain stretches where they look good, but overall, just as a total game, the team just did not look good. They came out flat. They didn't know how to, like I said, attack the double team. DeMar, when they started double teaming DeMar, when they did, you can just tell it kind of flustered what the Chicago Bulls did, and they drastically needed somebody else to start hitting big shots. And Vooch started at a certain point. Everybody kind of hit one during different times where it seemed like we were going to catch the momentum, but we ended up losing it. Just getting out-rebounded, outworked on the boards. I don't know how many times the Bulls end up forcing them into a bad shot. They missed the shot, and then they missed a couple of long rebounds, and then it ends up eventually with a wide open dunk. Things like that. Losing the ball in transition, easy transition buckets for the Toronto Raptors. That type of thing completely killed this team. Now, we face them again tomorrow night. Hopefully we get a better showing from them tomorrow, but way better than this. Hopefully Zach LaVine plays in that game, but this is the type of performance that the Bulls give that leaves so much to be desired. It's going to hurt the team so bad to keep playing like this. It just is. At the end of the day, I'm not just going to blame it on Drummond, Zach, even Kobe in this game. You can see a route in which all 3 of them, or 1 of the 3 of them, or 2 of the 3 of them being in this game completely changes this game. But at the end of the day, this Bulls team has to execute, because this was still a winnable game. Even with all the stuff that they did wrong down the stretch, this was still a very winnable game for the Chicago Bulls. They just did not execute well enough to get it done. They didn't. And that's just boiled down to it. They just did not do enough. PB and Patch, we choked in the late game, had momentum, lost it with the missed shots and turnovers and the inability to secure a defensive rebound. Bro, I fucking hate this team some nights. Getting outplayed is one thing, but getting out hustled, man, listen, that's just what it boiled down to. I want Caruso to be good so bad, but to be honest, he's a big reason why we lost. Listen, when you have in Alex Caruso filling in the starting shooting guard spot, I said it at the pregame. At that point, you need to make it a defensive game. That's what you have to make it. The Bulls did not do that. They did not execute well enough on defense to do that. And he's not going to, at the end of the day, we know who Alex Caruso is. He is not a volume shooter. That's just not who he is. And while we keep allowing him to try to be that, or we keep trying to make him that, you're going to fail every single time. We do need more shooting on this team. We do need those type of things. But I tell you what, if we're not getting it from him, the Bulls may, like I said before, I know Kobe isn't healthy, but the Bulls really may need to look at starting Kobe when Zach has to sit games, because Caruso, while he does bring a lot of things defensively, he brings a lot of things hustle-wise, and I love his grit and determination, the shooting from Alex Caruso is killing us. It is killing us. Alana, our turnovers in the last 3 minutes cost us the game. We legit had 4 turnovers in a row. Absolutely. While we were trying to gain the momentum. I'm sorry, but I have to put this on Billy Donovan, because when you wait to make changes, or you make changes when things are going your way, it's crazy. I could see things that Billy Donovan tried to do to make adjustments. Were they successful still? No. But also, I just think that this team just was not executing correctly. Yeah, them turnovers are wild, and Toronto fought hard for the offensive rebounds. They worked because that they knew that's where they can outwork the Chicago Bulls on. Their length completely killed us on the boards tonight. 26 second chance points. That's bananas, fam. Bananas. 23 offensive rebounds. That's crazy. Cap lives in the building. This team is so frustrating at times. Literally look like when the little kid plays with adults. Man. Yo, Haize, Caruso is becoming an offensive liability for us out there. It's clear Billy values his defense more than Dragic's offense. Dragic got his back in the game, but he didn't play late. Why? I agree. Especially when you look at that is a Billy Donovan thing, because when you look at, yes, I get it. I get having the mindset of we need Caruso's grit. But when you look at the way that they were double teaming DeMar, having a surefire shooter out there with Dragic made more sense to me than Alex Caruso during that time. Our guys played better defense, but didn't hit the boards hard enough, and a lot of mistakes tonight. Yes, absolutely. You got to phonetically spell it for me, because I want to get your name right. Derrick Jones Jr., our second best rim protector behind Drummond. Well, I would say it seems like Patrick. If you look at Patrick Williams' block rate the last few games, he's starting to time his blocks a little bit better. But I'll say yes, Derrick Jones Jr. is definitely our second best rim protector. Bulls had 5-point lead, and you take P. Wold out, killed our momentum. Listen, I understand, especially with foul trouble, I understand it, but we needed size out there. We needed size, and we didn't have it. Fred VanVleet literally had 1 point in the last game, and then he goes on and torches us. This keeps happening to the Bulls. Listen, it is what it is, man. That has always been a thing with this team. No, we don't. And need is a strong word. No, we don't need. And it's not happening. Look at this Bulls roster. Look at the contracts. It's not happening. The trade for those two is not happening. So you might as well get over on that. This is a stupid comment. Just dumb, because Vooch has hardly played like a bum this season. And he's been our most consistent. He's been more consistent than DeMar. And more consistent than Zach LaVine. Go and look at it. Nikola Vucevic on both sides of the ball has been more consistent than either one of those players. You got to actually watch the game and stop watching box scores, because there's no way in hell you can tell me you actually watch basketball and you're sitting there calling Vooch a bum and you think the Bulls aren't re-signing him. The Bulls are absolutely re-signing Nikola Vucevic unless he turns it down. But it ain't going to be because the Bulls aren't going to try to re-sign him. So that's stupid. That was idiotic. I'm sorry. That was a dumbass comment. I'm just going to be flat out with it. That, sir, was a dumbass comment. Knock on wood, but based off the Bulls' luck, by the time Drummond comes back, someone else will get injured and we have no size. Well, keep in mind, Drummond's the only one that has a size. So unless it's Vooch, it's still going to add more size. It can be Derrick Jones Jr., who almost missed this game. It can be Javonte. It's not going to affect our size like missing Andre Drummond. The only other player that we can miss that will affect that like Andre Drummond is Nikola Vucevic. MCCs, and Zach should be playing at least 8 to 10 minutes. His presence alone would have helped a lot. It would have definitely, because even if Zach wasn't playing well, they wouldn't have left Zach open like they really. They were daring Alex Caruso to shoot. Definitely daring him to shoot. Let's see. Again, you got to know what NBA medical staff does nothing except look at it and say, "Oh, we're going to send you to the doctor." I think people think the medical staff of teams do more than what they do. They can't prescribe anything. They can't diagnose anything. Literally, what they do is they may do an initial MRI, send it to the actual doctors, and wait for them to come back. A medical staff really doesn't do anything. Like, as far as, like, they identify some things, but they can't prescribe, they can't diagnose, they don't do surgeries, they don't even come out with workout plans. They do some preventative things, but keep in mind, the injuries that the Chicago Bulls had are nothing that a medical staff can stop. A meniscus tearing is nothing a medical staff can stop. Andre Drummond falling and hitting his shoulder and neck is nothing a medical staff can stop. Zach LaVine having off-season knee surgery is nothing a medical staff can stop. I think some people think that a NBA medical staff does more than what it actually does. I love what Patrick did. Like, what he did was amazing. P. Will, I am appreciative that after last game and him missing that shot, the traveling violations, things like that, he still came out tonight and was aggressive on both sides of the ball. Very aggressive, getting into the hip of Scotty Barnes at times, who did not have an effective game. Keep in mind, yes, he did score 19 points, but he scored 19 points on 19 shots. That's not an efficient game. Patrick Williams, on the other hand, scored 13 points and 16 shots. Not efficient there either, but Patrick Williams was very active, getting after it on defense and offense. Caruso regressed everything. Hey, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. Sweaty bloke. There's a lot of times where everyone just stands around on the perimeter. You're absolutely right. And the Bulls need to fix that. They need to take a look at that and fix that. To be honest, I hate the losses, but I'm super happy to see that this isn't last season's team. We're getting good bench production and would have probably lost this by 30 if this were April or May of last season. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great point there. The Raptors had 7 guys who are legit 6'7" or taller. And keep in mind, that too with almost 7-foot wingspans from all of them. That's the type of roster AK is trying to build here. And I for one would love it. But we need to see it come along. Leah? Leah? Okay, all right. Mike Smith says he's done. I'll tell you what right now, you're not done. You're a C-Red Bulls fan. If you were done, you wouldn't be in this chat typing it. You would just be done. And I don't even say that to talk shit. Like, I've been there. We've all been there as Bulls fans. But if you're here typing, you're not done. You're not done. Billy Donovan should have played this game like he played Brooklyn Nets game where Alex Caruso and Io took turns playing Fred Van Fleet. Why do you not know how to spell this man's name, bro? Like, what is so hard about spelling? This man cooked us. The least you can do is spell his name right, bro. Well, again, we don't have the open roster spot, too, and they're not going to do something just for now. They're going to try to weather it out. It's not going to happen. The Dwight Howard thing is not happening. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, shit. AC better not become more Russell Westbrook. God damn, bro. These idiotic comments are pathetic. Hey, you knew they were coming, bro, especially after a loss like this. Why? See, this just call me ID. You must not understand what coaching does to basketball. This was a lack of planning. Yes, the players aren't playing good basketball, but it's Billy's fault because what do you think the coach does? I'm just for a question. What do you think the purpose of an NBA coach is? You think that the coach just sits there and just is like, oh, you guys are playing good, cool, cool, cool. You can't blame a coach when the team, or not blame a coach when the team plays bad and then blame them when they play good, right? Or give them credit when they play good. This is absolutely part of this fault is on Billy. The game plan that you can tell out there, they had no game plan at all for a double team. When the double team comes, there should have been a methodology of you guys move without the ball, right? Or when we're going to try to force a switch. On the switch, they're gonna double DeMar because at that point, if we switch, he's in the mid range. They're gonna double him. This is how it opens up. This is me sitting here from my studio in my house doing this. So a coach absolutely is to blame when you have no game plan to combat a double team. So no, I'm sorry. Part of the reason the players weren't playing good basketball is because the coach didn't have a good concept, scheme, or adjustments to what the other team was doing. Joe the Blacksmith, frustrating for sure, but the silver lining of this game is that with slightly better execution, we win the game without Zach, Andre, Kobe, and Zoe. I mean, I guess I get what you're saying there. Exactly. Yeah, it's the medical staff fault that Zach Collins slammed Drummond on his neck. Exactly. Like, come on. Exactly. You know what? The fact that we couldn't figure out the double team, to Ryan's point here, it reminds me of last season where the Spurs killed us with a simple pick and roll the whole game. Like, seriously. Yulia. I got you. Okay, that makes sense. I got you now. MC season, another great point. Everybody complaining about small. Exactly. Billy uses the best players on the roster. I don't want to hear nothing about Tony Bradley or Marko Simonovic because they suck. There's nothing they would have done to change this game, even with their size. Now, I won't lie. Considering how bad the Bulls were getting out rebounded, at one point I probably would have tried and given Tony Bradley a 4-minute stretch to see if it changes at all. Would have definitely tried that. With how bad we were getting out rebounded in this game specifically, would have tried it to see, hey, Tony, go out there and get us some rebounds. Even if you go after him hard and you get 3 fouls in the next 4 minutes, cool. We don't really need you. I would have tried a little something like that without having Drummond out there. A little bit. Brendan L. Jet, again. The game plan was on Billy. They doubled DeMar all game and you don't adjust. Yeah, that's on coach. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Double duty today, bro. Bulls and Bears played today. So not only did we do a live call and a halftime hangout and a post-game show for Bears, then I came over here. I did my mailbag early this morning, my pregame and my halftime hangout, and now I'm doing post-game. So this is my 7th video today, and I still got to go do Locked on Bulls after this. There was no game plan. And see, this is where me and Pat differ at with a lot of things, is that Pat is, he doesn't like blaming coaching. He doesn't. But no, there was no game plan. No, that was not a game plan. There was no type of methodology when DeMar got doubled. Every single time DeMar got doubled, it was, people were just watching. And then the passes DeMar would make, you can tell he was looking like, I don't know where people are going to be. If there was a game plan, if there was a coaching game plan to how they were going to operate with a double team, DeMar would have known, all right, once they come with a double, AC is going to be over here. Let me get the ball to AC. There was not a game plan. And maybe if there was a game plan, it was a shitty one. It wasn't one that actually did anything to the double team. Corner 3, bro, this was on Billy. Billy played a big part. Marko and Bradley are like having King Kong in emergency to fight Godzilla. Sure, he will fight him, but the city is fucked. I don't even think it's that, right? I don't even think it's that because King Kong does damage. Tony Bradley and Marko are not, they're getting the damage done to them. Like, that's what it is. Like, legit, Tony Bradley and Marco at this point are like if Thanos came in and you literally called, I don't even know, the kid from Iron Man 3. Just the kid. Just the kid from Iron Man 3. No armor, no nothing, no tools, no tech. Just called the kid and was like, hey, kid, Thanos is in town, man. I need you to come whoop his ass. Yeah, he got all the Infinity Stones. We don't got no Iron Man armor for you. We ain't got none of that shit. But I need you to come up and kick Thanos' ass. You got him? That's literally what bringing him in is going to do. Haize, do you think they'll fire Billy anytime? No, they're going to let – I told you guys. They're gonna let him ride it out. They're going to let Billy Donovan ride it out. There's no point in cutting keep in mind, you cut a coach, they're going to have to still pay him that last year. And with as cheap as this ownership is, 1 year they're going to be like, hey, let's go ahead and try it out this one, even if they do want to let him go, rather than pay 2 head coaches for the same time. I don't understand how they could figure it out. The double team, that's all Toronto does besides switching, frustrating. So, listen, but Toronto Raptors' ability to switch is something special because you have all players out there, except for Ed VanVleet, that are tall for their position. Even, let me not say all of them because their starting center is, 6'9". But they all have these, huge 6'11", 6'10", 7', 7'1" wingspans, and it's just ridiculous, bro. How about those Dalen Terry energy plays? Tip of the iceberg. Nice to see him getting a little, 10 minutes out there. Was very active, getting at it. Solid. When you look, 10 minutes, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover. He had a plus-minus of +1. That's kind of what you expect from Dalen Terry. Not necessarily those low of numbers if he plays more minutes, but it to just be a bunch of stuff spread out over the box score with him. I'll tell you what, Nikola Mirotic is never coming back I think he said as much. He's never coming back to the NBA in the States. Never coming back. He's a star over there, an MVP level player over there. He's not coming back over here to deal with getting punched in the face. If I was Billy, I would take this entire game film and throw it in AK's depth. You expect my team to compete against 67% of the team's roster 6'7" and above. Hey, man. But let's be clear here, though. Brandon Eljet, to be fair, Drummond being out there, it's a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing. We don't know for sure. We can assume that, but nothing's ever for sure with this Chicago Bulls team. Lance Parker, I tell you what, that's not going to yield anything better at all. If anything, people are going to get more frustrated. Plus, Mark Jackson is never going to get another head coaching position, ever. I feel like everyone just wants the ball, and the point is that Zach LaVine, $220 million, he's not playing that good yet. Well, he's coming back from injury. We understand why Zach LaVine isn't playing like Zach LaVine right now. He said it, he's not 100%. Now, again, that can only get off so long, but it kind of is what it is there. I feel like ever since Billy Donovan became our coach, our defense requires too much unnecessarily double teaming where it leaves 3 3-pointers open. No, I wouldn't say that per se. I wouldn't say that. When we were at our best defensively last season, we weren't doubling a lot. We were rotating a lot. We were getting out in transition, but we weren't doubling a lot. See, this is where people get reactive. Did you see how many other point guards Iowa shut down? This is a dumb comment. This is another dumb comment. This is why people who don't watch the games expose themselves every time. This was a dumb comment. Don't be like K2 Clips. Be intelligent. Be smart. Don't be like this. Do y'all think Bulls as a team are cursed by injuries since we dominated the league in the 90s, so basketball saying, nah, y'all chill out for a cool little minute? Nah, listen, it's just the luck of the draw, man. It is what it is. Coaching sucks. The Raptors just keep doing the same defense every time the first, and no adjustments were made. Exactly. Life, Io baby, Trey and Kyrie. This dude is tripping. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just weird. Travis Andrew says Billy Donovan is a good college basketball coach, not an NBA coach. No, he's still a good NBA coach. I've always said this, like, Billy Donovan still, keep in mind, he taught this team how to win. He changed the culture here. He actually got a offense together that really puts a lot of players in good position. He's not a perfect coach. Is he a great coach? No, I wouldn't say he's a great coach either. But Billy Donovan is a good NBA coach. He's a good NBA coach. Io just held Kyrie Irving to 4 points. Motherfucker talking about some fucking Fred VanVleet. That man just had a bad game. That's it. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The Bulls need Lanzo back. Who the hell is Lanzo? Lanzo Calrissian? From Star Wars? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Childish Gambino out there for a couple of plays. Io had a decent game, to be honest. I wish he scooped more to the basket. He had like 2 or 3 layups in the beginning of the fourth quarter, I believe, and then just stopped. Yeah, the penetration got hard for him after a while. Jose Vega. Good coach, just not good at making adjustments. Oh, he's good at making – the thing that Billy Donovan has always struggled with is random defenses, randomness on the defensive end. Meaning that there are times where the Toronto Raptors were immediately double teamed. There are times where they would bring the double team more slowly. There are times where they wouldn't, right? They wouldn't double team. And I think the fact that randomness, this goes back to the finals that OKC was in. Anytime you do random shit on defense, Billy Donovan doesn't know what to do. He doesn't. Lanzo Beans, this is hilarious. This may be frustrating, but let's look at the positive. Levine, Drummond, and Lonzo playing healthy in the future will get us wins in these types of games. We as a fan base just need to be patient. Well, I mean, it's hard to be patient for health for players. That it seems like it's always something with health on this team. Like I can say that as a Bulls fan, right? I can understand why a lot of Bulls fans are hesitant, and it's hard for them to be patient because it seems like it's always something injury-wise with this team. But to your point, to your credit, Lonzo's not coming back for any time soon, right? So I'm not looking for Lonzo Ball to be back anytime soon, and that's cool. But Drummond, we do need Drummond out there. Games like this, you feel it. You feel that Drummond wasn't out there, and it hurts. It hurts the team. There are several coaches on the bench, not just Billy, but Billy is a college coach. Has to be more accountable since the defense is common in a high school ball game and college ball game. It's just, hey, man. It's crazy out there. If they run the same play successfully tomorrow, I'm blaming Billy Gum for sure. That's funny. That's funny. Who is Lonzo? You mean Lanzo? The Bulls did okay. They have to memorize routes when DeMar DeRozan gets double teamed to stop his dribble. Zach LaVine. Levine? Who's Levine? We don't have a Levine on this team. Has to catch him. Did you watch the game? Because Zach wasn't out there. So saying what Zach needs to do is irrelevant in this game. I'm the only person freaking out when AC. No, you're not, because like AC is like he is that shit is not good for him right now. Like anytime he shoots is bad. Dragic got booed to oblivion, but he had a great game. Hey, listen, I'd be pissed off. Lanzo Ball and Levine. That is Zeke Levine. Is this what we doing? That is hilarious. Do you think Zach LaVine will be an all-star this year, even though he has to take management day? Oh, listen, he has to play much better when he does play to be an all-star. And Zach LaVine, as much as I love Zach, as much as I still believe in Zach, and I do think when Zach LaVine is fully healthy, he's going to be a bad, bad man out there on the court. But he got to play much better to be an all-star this season. Much better to be an all-star this season. And you already know there's going to be Bulls fans. The Chicago Bulls gave Zach LaVine $210 million, and he's not an all-star. What are they doing? You know there's going to be those Bulls fans, absolutely. And it's going to be hilarious to see. It's going to be hilarious to see. Oh my God, Zach LaVine's not an all-star getting paid $200 million. Oh no. That's my voice for whining Bulls fans, man. Oh man, that shit's hilarious, bro. Marco. Y'all are killing it with the spelling today. Oh man. All-star don't mean shit. I find it funny that people are talking shit about AC now, but they're going to be on his nuts when he shuts down either Jamal Murray or one of the top point guards. Well, the thing is that when you need Caruso to shoot, he should be able to shoot. Like, all jokes aside, and as many of them was open, do we expect him to be a perfect shooter? No, but he's turning into a liability shooting-wise, and that's the issue. Oh, Cordy, you must have not been at the last post-game show, bro. I was using that voice to imitate the Bulls fans who were whining, and it's staying around, bro. It's definitely staying around. Haize, do you feel like we can use another solid big man and shooter like Carmelo or Boogie? Check the video today. I've been talking about that very, very regularly. Oh, man. Okay, not going to live. DeMar DeRozan can be DeMar DeFrozen sometimes, not going to lie. I mean, any player can be technically, but DeMar wasn't frozen this game. He got double teamed and he didn't get help from anybody else. Nobody else really stepped up to consistently help DeMar when he was double teamed except Nikola Vucevic down the stretch of this game. Oh, Walter, you're Chicago Bulls fans. You suck real bad. We said the same thing to your mama. But it's okay. You know, there's other things to do, bro. Like, I swear to God, bro, I promise you, you will not find your long-lost father in this chat. It's not going to happen, bro. I apologize that your mom decided to bring you into this world instead of swallowing you. I know that got to be painful for you. I understand that, bro. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You all got to deal with it one step at a time. I feel like there's therapy that can help you. There's a lot of resources out there. There are some free resources as well. Walter, listen, we can get you the help that you need, bro. We can get you the help that you need. DeMar will adjust in tomorrow's game. Oh, for sure. Especially having Zach out there. If he's out there, is gonna change a lot. Haize, if you were the front office, how much would you pay Vooch? The way Vooch is playing this season, being, you know, more focused and giving better effort on the defensive end, I 12 to 13, 12 to 14, I would say, probably going to happen. Now, I wouldn't give it a long-term deal. Probably give him a 2+1. But yeah, that's probably what I'd give him with the way he's playing right now. Summer low. No, what? This should have been an easy win. An easy win? Do you know do you know basketball? See, this is the thing when another people as well who try to talk basketball. Oh, they're missing their just because he's their highest scorer doesn't mean he's their best player. But with that being said, they were missing their highest scorer. We were also missing Zach LaVine and one of our better bench players. But that's why matchups in the NBA are important. When you have a bunch of 6'4" people out there playing against a lot of 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" guys with 7 feet wingspans, nothing's going to be an easy win like that. Walter Mahone is a name that is just forgettable, like a Cleveland vacation. Oh, man, I love when people stumble in this chat and that people literally, we give them the business. Greatest thing about Vooch is he stays healthy and plays all of our games. He's earned a nice payday for that alone. I mean, and he's improved this season. Flat out, he's improved this season. And he's been way more clutch this season. Whose minutes would you cut to get more Terry hypothetically? I really don't know, bro. Like, because almost everybody who's played and gets significant minutes on this team has a different role and brings something different. I mean, when you look at Dalen Terry, ideally, what he would bring is similar to what Derrick Jones Jr. is bringing: energy, activity. He's not the shot blocker or rim protector Derrick Jones Jr. is, but he's he gets better in the passing lanes. He's better energy that way. But I mean, if Kobe keeps playing badly once everybody's back, I can see him taking some minutes from Kobe. But even then, I think those minutes are going to go more towards Goran before they go to Dalen, in my opinion. Oh, it's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse with New Orleans. Like, that's going to be ridiculous when it comes to New Orleans. Do you think the Bucks are going to make the finals? Way too early to tell, brother. Way too early to even make that call. I try not to do the knee-jerk reaction he calls. That's just not what I do. I don't do that for my own team. I don't do that for any team because it takes time, right? You got to see how things go, and they look great right now, but that doesn't mean they're going to look the same way going into the playoffs. I'd rather start Javonte. Javni? Who's that? Come on, man. Over P-Dub, no offense, but Javonte been playing good off the bench. He played aggressive. Only lately. Keep in mind, they both sucked to start the season. And Patrick Williams has been playing better, especially in games like this. Having Javonte out there, as you saw, he didn't get – how many rebounds did Javonte Green get this game? 3 rebounds. No, man. I think Javonte's good where he is. Playing 21 minutes a game is good for him. Oh, yeah. Pat'll get a 30-point game in here before the break for sure. There's going to be some random game leading into the break where Zach LaVine and DeMar sit and another team sitting their people as well because it's like the literally the game before the All-Star break, and people is going to go off for 30. Jeff Tays, the third Javonte of the five. That's funny. Oh, man. Alana's been on one today. Alana is on fire today. I don't know what she got into, but Alana's been on fire today. Not going to happen. Never going to happen. The Bulls don't have the assets to trade for Katie. I broke this down in several videos. It's not going to happen, brother. Not going to happen. I mean, yeah, there's certain times to strategies point. Javonte plays with energy, but he's just too short to guard bigger guys. I wouldn't say that. He does pretty good guarding people down the stretch. I don't think the guarding the people is not the issue. It's the boxing out. When you get into a game where it's close and rebounds and the other team's getting active on rebounds, that's where the length bothers Javonte. Or you have shot blockers out there. That's always going to bother Javonte. But guarding people one-on-one, I don't necessarily think that's his issue. I think he can guard anybody. Corner 3 in the building says, have a great night, everyone. I'll be waiting on the next Bull Central and NBA Central videos. You already know we dropping that heat, brother. Dropping that heat. Io DeSumu. Did you just want to say, are we just trying to misspell everybody's name now? They're not cutting him. That's not going to happen. You're not going to cut Kyrie. They're going to try to trade Kyrie if they do move on. They're not going to. And signing, no, we don't need Kyrie. I mean, listen, I love adding as much talent as possible, but the Bulls aren't going to add Kyrie Irving to their deepest position already. It's not going to happen. Walter really left, huh? Walter he didn't realize what he was stepping into. When you step into the Chicago Bulls Central live stream, you got to know that not only am I going to fire people up, but this chat is full of savages that are going to flame you just as bad as I do. Hey, he's going to continue to let the Cognac boys do your shorts on NBA Central. That De'Aaron Fox clip was amazing. Hey, listen, the Cognac boys got full reign to do whatever they want to over there. They are managers of that channel as well. They got access to drop videos when they want to. They got access to drop shorts when they want to. Everything you see from them is from them. We ain't gotta rehearse it first. They ain't gotta ask for permission. Them boys over there putting in work is all I can say. They putting in work. I think they've dropped more videos over there this week than I have. And putting in work. And their discussion on the Warriors, the What's Wrong with the Warriors video by the Cognac Boys over on NBA Central, I think is the best video on the channel so far. Realistically, why they haven't cut Bradley yet? Honestly, I think it's because that they're waiting on the buyout market. I think that the Bulls may ride this all the way out into the buyout market to then really evaluate what's coming down the pipeline that they'll be interested in adding to this team. Strategies. Tonight, nobody boxed out any Raptors players. Been a lot of offensive rebounds for Toronto. Too much. Well, no, they tried to box them out. The length just got too much. Like, they were literally pulling rebounds down over Chicago Bulls players that were in position to box out. Courtney James, I already talked about this earlier, but no, I did not. I do not think that he coached a really good game. Shot Bulls podcast, you already know, fam. Listen, I'm telling y'all, they got the best video on the NBA Central channel so far. I literally watched that, and I forgot that I was involved in the damn channel. I'm liking it and shit. They got the best video on the channel yet. It was a great discussion. the Kayak Boys. That is hilarious, bro. DJ Paul and Green are not good support for Vucevic. Before the season stated, I need the Bulls in the play, and Bulls should trade Paul. No, that's stupid. Sorry, that's dumb. That's really stupid. Sorry, and I don't mean to I'm not calling that no. I'm telling you that's dumb. To give up Paul Caruso and Kobe White for Draymond is literally one of the stupidest trade ideas I've seen. And P. Will is growing into a nice compliment next to Vooch. When you look at P. Will's stat line today, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks, and 13 points. When you look at the combination between your starting power forward and your starting center, you have 31 points, 19 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, and only 4 turnovers from the two of them combined. That is a nice output from your starting 4 and your starting 5, especially when usually they're going to be 3rd and 5th on the offensive pecking order. P. Will is growing into a nice power forward. He's developing that confidence. Hello, hey, literally. And keep in mind, y'all know I was fucking with the Kanye Boys before we ever did anything officially together. I saw them appearing on a post-game show. Literally, I be in awe watching them sometimes. That's why I love that they get to cook, bro. Sometimes, C-Dub and Bobby get to cooking, and it's just hey, man, these motherfuckers should be blown the fuck up. Imagine we suggested we trade P. Will for fucking Draymond. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. Chasing dreams. Draymond old. Why would you trade for him? That's crazy, bro. That's a wild statement. I give P. Will about 4 more games before he starts averaging 16 and 6 and 1.5 blocks. I mean, listen, the way that P. Will's starting to put it together, the confidence is there. The confidence is there. He just needs to start hitting the shots at a better clip. But the confidence is there. And he's playing with the activity, too. When you look at, the putbacks he had today, the one dribble up for a dunk hard in traffic, yeah, those type of things, he's played good. Bro, fam, listen. The fact that Bobby Portis is on the MVP candidate list is bananas right now, fam. That's crazy. I'm actually thinking of players the best to add if Bradley buyout is in play. I'm thinking of Belicia. Don't know who the hell that is. I'm sure you probably misspelled the name, and I'm not trying to crack jokes on you, but yeah, I don't know who that is off the top of my head. P. Will is no, I think though. So I've said this before too. Those Kawhi Leonard comparisons, he's not going to hit. But he could very well still hit a prime Luol Deng. And I think P-Will turning into prime Luol Deng, a two-way player that can get you 16 to 17 points, 7 to 8 rebounds per game, and about 5 assists. That's solid. That's solid. I'm not turning my neck at that, especially he adds flexibility in how you build out the rest of the team. But I don't know if he hits those Kawhi Leonard comparisons. I don't know if he does that anymore. Well, that would be too much. I will say this. I wouldn't mind Maxi Kleber being on the team at all. Casual. Hey, come on now. Everybody knows I'm far from a casual, bro. Please stop. Don't try that shit somewhere else, fam. Please stop. You got the Bulls and please don't make me flame you. Don't make me flame you. Show respect. Don't come in here disrespectful. Wow. Alana says he looks like a crack addict? Wow. Oh, Belicia. I know who you're talking about. That's not how you spell it, but I know who you're talking about. I listen. What the Bears showed in their offense today was what I needed to see. Chris, you just saying stuff now, bro. You about to get in timeout. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Super chat. No Japanese whiskey after 2 losses today? Nah, fam. Nah, not today. Not today. I'm shitting you, bro. If you knew, I've been here for a while, but Belicia is the big dude that played for the Warriors. No, once somebody spelled it right, I actually knew. Actually, y'all are casual. He's been playing overseas now. So that most of the foreign players go back and play overseas. To play for, he got $4 million in EuroLeague? That's big. That's big. Bulls are in the danger zone. Not bad enough to be lottery. Not good enough to be in the play. Oh, listen, shut up. We don't know. It's way too early in the season. And there's way too early to say that just because of how things are shaping up in the standings. The difference between number 3 right now in the East to number 10 in the East is 2.5 games. Everything is way too close to say what anybody's going to be. Anybody who's trying to say, oh, the Bulls are going to be this when they've been playing without one of their key players for about half the games and been missing Andre Drummond, come on, you got to stop that. You got to stop that. But all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. We're going to go ahead and get ready to go live over on Locked On Bulls. So be tuned in for that. We'll probably be live over there within the next 10 minutes. I appreciate you guys so much. As always, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to our 10,000 subscriber mark by my birthday, which is December 5th. We are pushing closer and closer to that. We got a lot to do to get there. But if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. We are right now at 9,153. So we're do the math, 847 away from our goal. So let's get to that goal. Make sure you guys are there to support it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you're following the show at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform that we're on. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail for our weekend mailbag episodes, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Love you guys.